She actually increased the tip to $13, so that batch was super worth it. Hello, you are watching Steph on the Pedal, and I am doing more Instacart content today. So if you don't know who I am, I do make a lot of videos about Instacart, some tips, some tricks, some how-tos. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more stuff like that, and hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss an upload from me. And you should also give this video a thumbs up because I like that a lot and I really appreciate it, and it's kind of like saying thank you for this video. So what I kind of want to do today is basically give you a little rundown of the app. So if you are new to Instacart, this is going to be helpful for you. This might be not as helpful if you've been doing Instacart for a while, so just a little heads up there. But what you are looking at right now is your dashboard. And as soon as you log into your app, that is the screen that it should be on. So there's your dashboard. And then as you can see here, it says 10 batches available. So you can click on that, and this is where you would accept a batch, or at least a grocery shopping trip that you're going to deliver later. So as you can see, you can kind of scroll through it. You can even click on each individual batch and scroll to see what kind of groceries you're going to be shopping for. As you can see, this one says 14 items, 22 units, and then it's 3.9 miles. That mileage means it's the distance from the store to the customer's house or apartment or whatever. So you really want to pay attention to that mileage. You also want to pay attention to the payment versus how many items and units there are to make sure that it's worth it. And you'll kind of get a gauge for what's worth it as you start shopping a little bit more. But this is not a terrible order. This is probably not something I would accept. Just an FYI thing. See, okay, so look, it says, oh no, looks like another shopper has already accepted the batch. So yeah, these batches tend to go relatively quickly, especially if it's a good order, it's going to go fast. So you can't take too much time viewing these batches. You really, like, if you see a good one, don't look at it for too long, just accept it. Like, especially those high dollar ones, like anything like $30 and above, they're going to go super quick. So you just need to be prepared to take it and, you know, hit it quick. So yeah, I'll just click into another one just so you can kind of see. But none of these are very good batches right now. Also, you can see here, this one, this $19.61. So this is 2 orders. And what that means is that you are actually going to shop for 2 different customers, and then you will deliver to 2 different places afterwards. So you kind of got to keep the groceries separate as you're shopping. And then, like I said, you'll deliver those separate. But let's move on a little bit. So this next section where it says current orders, so nothing's going to show up here, but if you were in the middle of a batch, so say you were shopping and you backed out of the app for a minute, that's how you would get back into your grocery shopping order if somehow you got out of it. Demo orders, this is something you can do if you like. I actually never did the demo orders, but this is basically just like shopper training, I guess. I'm not sure how helpful it actually would be for you. I honestly think that you might be better off just watching a YouTube video, but technically you can just take one of these orders, you can actually go to the store and then pretend like you're shopping, which, okay. Let's see if we can get out of that now. Messages, you're not going to use this very often. Sometimes Instacart will send you like essentially emails, updates about things that are happening in the app or things that they're doing. So sometimes there'll be useful information in there. It is kind of a good idea to check on that. But you should also get another notification that tells you you've got a message from Instacart. How am I doing? So this just kind of shows you your ratings. It shows you your views. You can obviously click on all this different stuff to see what's going on there. Don't judge me. I'm not sure that my Well, my ratings are good, but I'm not sure that my time is not good. Referrals, obviously, you can refer people. Sometimes they have decent referral bonuses. They don't really right now. This tells you good times to shop. I mean, this might be kind of beneficial to look at, but overall, I would say like the earlier you get out in the day, it's going to be better. So just kind of keep that in mind. And then, so earnings, this is like one of the most important things. So you can kind of go back and view your weeks. And then let's say, okay, I'm just going to click on let's just click on my first day. So this was my first day, which technically would be my first week, but I think I only shopped once during this period. So what you can do is you can click on your daily earnings. And then once you're inside your daily earnings, you can kind of see more details. And keep in mind, you're not going to see this until like your first week. So if you haven't completed your first week of Instacart yet, then this isn't going to be available to you, but this is like the batch details. So let's go ahead, and I think this is like the first batch that I ever took. So this just shows you everything about that batch. So you can see Instacart paid me $18, and then the tip that I made was $17.88. This was actually a pretty good little batch that I did. But let's actually go into another one. Let's see this one. Okay, so this is a good one to look at. So if you are looking at your batch details and you see this, like customer modified the tip post delivery. So you can actually see my tip went from $11.72 to $4.66. And this is the only time that I've actually had this happen where a customer lowered the tip after. I think it's possible that it was a mistake, but I remember this particular order, and I actually, the customer told me that they were trying to get a hold of me and that they couldn't. I had been messaging through the app, but evidently they weren't getting any of my messages, and she couldn't get through to me. Honestly, I think that the app just had a bug or whatever, and she thought I was ignoring her, which wasn't the case at all, but you know, whatever, it's fine. Let's look at this one too, because I think this one, no, okay. For some reason, I thought that was gonna do something different. Okay, we're gonna back out of all of that. All right, so I'm going to skip over the how earnings work, and I'm going to go into promotions. So if you have a promotion, then it would display right here. It normally displays on your dashboard too, but you can always check here just to make sure that you haven't missed something. And I'll just kind of show you some of the promotions that they would give you. So they do guaranteed earnings, which keep in mind that, so this says, get $65 guaranteed earnings for 5 batches. Now that doesn't mean that you make an extra $65 after you complete 5 batches. That means if you did not make $65 before tips with 5 batches, that they would pay out the difference. So these are not as good as they appear to be. Just keep that in mind. Like I don't care about $65 for 5 batches, because I know if I'm not making $65 for 5 batches, then we're having a bad time. Like I'm going to make that. But yeah, like, it looks like it doesn't show every one that I ever got, because some of them have been good, but these $20 for 4 batches is probably honestly something that I should have done, because I would have done 4 batches and gotten an extra $25. I don't know why I didn't do that. That was stupid. All right, so payment methods, that's just where you enter your bank account information and then also your credit card. So you enter your bank account information, and the bank account information you get direct deposit with, and that doesn't cost you any money, and they pay out once a week, and it usually takes a few days to hit your account. Or you can instantly cash out your earnings. So let's say after your day's over, you'd like to go ahead and get paid now. And then all you do is you pay 50 cents, you hit instant cash out, and then the money usually is in your account like immediately, which is really kind of cool. I should probably also show you this. So let's say from your dashboard, and you can pretty much do this anywhere in the app, you hit this little question mark, and then you can go into these different topics. So let's say you're having an issue with, I don't know, your background check. So you want to go here. And then let's say you're not seeing the answer to your question. If you see at the top right hand corner, there's actually this little guy with a headset, and I'm going to click on that. And then what that does is that opens up a chat with support. But I'm going to go ahead and back out of that because I don't actually want to talk to anybody. So it is kind of weird that it's so hard to get to the chat icon for Instacart. But yeah, that is what it is. If you're ever looking to talk to Instacart, usually the online chat is going to be your best bet because most of their numbers aren't working right now anyways, because I don't even know. Okay, so I want to do a batch with you guys. I am just going to, I'm going to take this because I wanted something super small. This is not a batch I would normally take, but I'm going to take it just for the purpose of this video. So yeah, I have to drive to the store. So I'm just gonna hit navigate. And this pulls up your GPS, which I think that you can set it to whichever GPS you like. I currently have mine on Google Maps. And this is only 5 minutes away from me, so that's pretty cool. This is gonna be a pretty quick batch. Okay, so I just pulled up to the store, and I would normally wait until I get inside to start shopping, but because I'm vlogging right now, I'm gonna go ahead and do this while I'm still in the car. I will go in and immediately go to the restroom and wash my hands, so there's gonna be a little bit of time in between there. But I'm gonna go ahead and say that I'm starting shopping. Okay. This says that it's an online pay order, so basically you just have a barcode to present when you're going to check out. So all right, and then you can kind of scroll through the list ahead of time, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go tap at the top right, and that's in the messages, and I've copy and pasted my greeting. I use the same greeting for everyone, so I've copied and pasted that from my notepad, and then I'm just gonna add that in. You can pause the video now if you'd like, so you can look at this note that I send to customers. You can steal it, whatever, I don't care. I just wanted to give you a really quick tip. It is always good to park right next to the cart corral. I think that's what they're called. And then I wanted to show you, I'm gonna take a couple of my insulated bags in. So Instacart requires you to have these. If you still need insulated bags, then I actually have a link below along with a 10% off coupon code. These are really nice. Like, they're hard, they're sturdy, they're durable. Yeah, all right, let's shop. All right, we're gonna start shopping. So you would typically see priority items at the very top. I don't believe that's anything that the customer does. That's something that Instacart does for you. Most of the time, I would not shop the priority items first, just because it's kind of going to send you in circles around the store. However, this time I can see that they are prioritizing these paper towels, which means they are probably low on paper towels, and I am actually going to go shop for those first, just to make sure I can actually get them for my customer. And I can also see that I have toilet paper. I have toilet paper to pick too, which is also down this aisle. So I'm just gonna get both of these at once. All right, I can see the toilet paper right here, so I'm just gonna grab that. I stared at you so weird. And then, so you just scan the items. You can see here, easy, done. I have the paper towels, but what I didn't realize at first was that these are not the same paper towels. So I go to say that I found item. You can see the barcode actually doesn't scan the correct item. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to replace the requested paper towels. So you just hit that you cannot find the item. It says the customer wants to be refunded, but in this case, I'm fairly certain she would rather take these paper towels. These were the only paper towels left, by the way. There was no other option but these. So, and literally the last one too. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and enter my own replacement. You hit select replacement, and then you scan them, and then mark the quantity. I'm gonna mark 1, and then I'm done. A lot of times customers will say they want to be refunded for items. Use your best judgment. Honestly, I almost always try to replace an item if possible. I wouldn't make crazy replacements, obviously, if they said they wanted to be refunded, but yeah, it makes sense to me. I mean, these were almost identical paper towels to what she asked for. So I don't know why I wouldn't have just taken those. And you'll see later that this customer was actually happy with the replacements that I was making. Now I'm grabbing this tomato juice, and you can see that they want 2 of them. That was easy. I'm just scanning it, entering the quantity as 2, found item, into the cart. Make sure you grab both of them. These are actually one-way aisles. That's something else that you need to pay attention to at the store. Sometimes... Oh, did I go the wrong way down the aisle? I'm pretty good about trying not to do that, but it looks like I may have accidentally gone the wrong way down that aisle. Oops. It's kind of a lot to actually record or film in order and try to think about everything that you're filming and shopping at the same time. It's easier when you have help doing it, but I literally just had my camera sitting in the cart, which you see some people looking at it, and it's kind of funny. Now I'm grabbing the water. These are just little baby bottles of water. I found them easily. You just mark them, scan them and mark them. I got 2 of them. It's usually better if you can get the refrigerated items towards the end. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, but especially frozen items, you definitely want to make sure you're getting those last. Now I'm grabbing the cottage cheese. That's pretty easy. Just scanned it. I was having a hard time finding these pans. So I found something that wasn't the exact right brand, but it was basically the same thing that she was looking for. So in this case, you're just gonna say that you can't find the item, and then enter your own replacement, and then I'm gonna go ahead and scan them, and I got 3 of them. Now we're just gonna grab the ground beef, and that's our last item on the list. Scanning the beef. Good to go. Okay, I just finished checking out, but I didn't fully go through this just so I can kind of show you. So it gives you like a rundown of what you're supposed to do. It's pretty self-explanatory, but you can see you have this barcode, and you need to make sure that you give that to your cashier to scan. And then after that, I'm just gonna hit next. I'm gonna go to the next step. So remember, you're not supposed to give your receipt to the customers. So that receipt you're supposed to hang on to. Instacart actually upcharges per item. So it's really not a good idea to give the customer the receipt, because their total might not actually match up with how much Instacart is charging them. So keep that in mind. Usually you'll get some sort of like reminder to tell you not to do it. Okay, so as you can see, I probably shouldn't screw around much longer. I'm gonna swipe to start delivery, and then it just gives you the customer's address, and then you can choose to navigate to the customer's house. And this is only 4 minutes away, which is super cool, super close. This was a very easy order. It definitely took me a little bit longer just because I was filming and like trying to get the camera set up and everything. And also something that I didn't do that I want to point out, I always do this and I literally forgot, I think because I was filming, is that when you have just a couple items left, you should message your customer and ask them if there's anything else that they would like to add to the order. Most of the time, that is going to get you either a bump in tip. It's just good customer service to ask them that. So I didn't do that. I actually wasn't in contact with my customer at all, except for that initial greeting I sent, but they never responded back. But yeah, you should definitely do that. It's just a good idea overall. Cool. I'm gonna go deliver this. All right, so I just dropped off that delivery. It was just a condo, first floor, really pretty easy. I guess I can take off my mask now. I don't know why I still have that on. To drop off, you literally just swipe complete delivery. It's seriously really easy. That's it. And then to just keep in mind that it normally takes a little while for that order to actually show up in your batch summary. If you're able to see your batch summary yet. Remember, it takes about a week for you to be able to see that if you just started doing Instacart. So I just wanted to hop on really fast because I actually checked my Instacart app and I got a bump in my tip. So she actually increased the tip to $13. So that batch was super worth it. That's really all there is to it. It's pretty simple. So make sure you join my Instacart Facebook group. I'll leave that down below. It's called Instacart Shoppers by Steph on the Pedal. Also, if you are joining my Facebook group, there are a couple questions you have to answer and also agree to the group rules or else you will not be able to get into the group. Cool guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and I will see you soon.